So it has a chain which I don't like, so I removed the chain off, and this is what I'm gonna make a beaded necklace for this. In this I'm not going to add anything because it already has this ruby doublet kind of a stone over here in the bottom, so I'm not going to add anything for the earrings. But for the necklace part, I thought I will take, these are 3 by 4 millimeter roundels. It's a jade, and it's a dyed jade in a ruby color, and this will match the stones in this pendant. So I'm gonna, even though I wish I could match this, it almost matches, right? So I like this. So what I'm gonna do is, this is a couple of strands that I got from the International Gem and Jewelry Show. I'm just gonna cut it right here. I'm gonna string through bead stringing wire. This is a 7-strand bead stringing wire I have. It is a 7-strand coated bead stringing wire. You can use beadalon or soft flex, any of that you have in your stash, but I'm going to use this, and I'm going to just remove these beads from the strand and hold it between my index finger and my thumb and try to put the wire through just like that, because if you take one by one and keep stringing, it will take eternity to string this. I'm not gonna add any bead in between, but if you want, you can add a red color seed bead. That would be nice, preferably the same color. As you guys can see, this color will be nice. Let me show you guys, but I'm not gonna add that, but all I'm saying is you can do that. So that would be, let me just hold this on, and in that case you need to string bead by bead. See that? But that's the color difference that which I don't want. It's a darker color, right? My red color seed beads, you need the exact same color. So I'm not gonna do that. All you need to do is take this beads from the strand and just, because this bead string wire doesn't require a needle, you can use that and you can string the beads on. I'm going to string all these beads, and I'm going to come back and show you guys how we are going to attach this pendant. Hi friends, welcome back. So I finished stringing these 2 strands, and I almost used 3 for this, just a little bit left. So 4 inches extra I added for each strand. So I have crimp tubes here, and then I have some clasp here. This is a standard clasp we normally get in an Indian jewelry. So there is this short adjustable chain link that we got, and this hook. So it is soldered, as you guys can see. There is no gap in it, so this is what they normally use. I'm going to use the same. I'm going to use beadalon crimp tubes. 2 by 2 crimps is what I'm going to use. We just need a little bit. So I strung both, and then I have a bead stopper in between. So first of all, what I will do is, I did string continuously, as you guys can see, but I have a bead stopper, so that's fine. The thing is, I tried putting these 2 strands and I wanted it to be removable, but it is not, and it's not going through just because of this. So for example, I have one more pendant which has a loop like this, which is more accommodating than this guy right here. It's notoriously bad, but this is what I got. I need to work with. But if you put one strand at a time, it does go through. So I'm just gonna put one strand at a time and then finish this off. So I'm just gonna add a crimp tube. Okay, and then so we need this much to finish that off, so I'm gonna put a bead stopper right there, and then move my beads over and move my beads over a little bit more so that we have space to finish. Okay, don't use the small scissors. I should use my handy dandy scissors or wire cutters. So mine is a strong one, so I used it. So that's that. I need more bead stoppers if I can find. So this one is a smaller one, but anything will do. Okay, you need a little bit more wire there, not this much. So this much for folding and crimping. And so for that you need to also measure these two strands. Even though I did 4 inches, you need to measure these two strands. So anyways, keep it in here and move all the beads the other way down. Okay, and then cut it about, say, the same length, just to leave a little bit more. It's better to be safe than sorry, right? Let me see if I have one more. Okay, I just have this right here. Anything I will use for. So I found my bead stopper. So first of all, I take this bead stopper off and put it through this finding. As I said, it's a little bit difficult to manage, but you can put through 2 strands. Okay, just add the bead stopper here so your beads won't fall off, and gently move this through that. As I said, it will be very difficult to do both the strands, and so I'm just going to keep this necklace to be just for this pendant, and make another one which is removable or so. Okay, I'll just put this through. I just reached this much. I'll put the entire length through and come back. So I finished it. The outer strand's a little bit needs like 4 beads or so more than the inner strand, right? As you guys can see. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fix one side and then come back to the next side. And as you guys know, I have the crimp tube on one. I'm gonna add it on both, and this both needs to come back through this crimp tube. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add these crimp tubes in this, and then I take one of my one part of my clasp, I add it through that and come back through these. Okay, so you can do one at a time or both, it's up to you, but we need all 4 strands inside that. Then take your pliers. So I added all the strands right here. So I want to keep this fairly, small, the loop. So I'm just pushing all this together. And then I'm gonna flat crimp it. Okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and flat crimp it. When you do this, make sure you press on every corner as possible, And I want to cut this off, snip this off, because I'm sure it will not go through. Let me try though. But yeah. So what happened was I actually took that off, because if I add two of the strands to the same crimp, it's actually staggering, right? And we could see some of the wire, which I don't want it to be seen. So what I'm going to do here is I'm gonna add each strand separately. Okay, I didn't know why I thought I would add both together, but I did. So here I am gonna add this separately. Luckily I had a little bit of wire extra, so I could do this, otherwise I won't be able to do it. Actually it goes through a bead or two, so that's fine. So once it's in there, just go ahead and I'm just going to flat crimp it. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna add these beads on top of the two cords, so I don't have to snip it off. That's there. Then take the next strand, then take another crimp tube and then add it to this as well. Because it's like a jump ring, it can accommodate two strands nicely, and you don't have to cramp it. There is enough space right there. So go through the crimp and make sure the loop is same as the other one. Okay, then you can slide these beads through the other strand, or you can snip off just a tad bit. It's a tad bit long. Okay, there we go. Then you can add those beads on top, so that's not a problem. Now since we are done with one side, now we can concentrate on the other side. So that's that. Push all the beads down here towards this. Okay, make sure it's nice and even. First let's take care of the inner strand. Push everything to one side. Take another crimp tube. Go ahead and this is a link that you can go. These are soldered chains, so it will not come off. Go back through the beads. Take your pliers and then catch hold of the tail and pull the wire. Hold the end and pull it so it's nice and tight right there. You don't want it to be very tight. You want this to have a little bit of a gap, which is right there here for us. Okay, let's go ahead and crimp and then snip this excess off. There we go. And then just push that in. That's fine. Now the last strand, just beware. So we have this strand right here. It's okay if it is here and there because this is gonna accommodate it on the top. So making sure the strand is even right here. I'm straightening it up so that I can make sure everything is nice and straight. And there we go, everything is perfect now. Since the two strands are separated, even if it is a little bit imperfect, it will adjust itself and there won't be any problem in the necklace because it will sit nicely, because it's like it's connected to a jump ring, it's not together. So there is a couple of things that we have to be concerned in this necklace, is that pendant right there. So I'm crimping it again and then snipping off this excess. Oops, it came off. Okay, so this chain is soldered, even though it appears to be like a jump ring, but this connecting ring is off, so that's why this came. I'm gonna hold it this way. Let me see. I need one more pair of pliers. I want to open it up. Okay, that just opened wide. Okay, see this? Maybe that's the reason. But I'm gonna connect this first and then close that ring. This is not like our regular jump ring. It's kind of different. I'm trying to close this ring like how you would a jump ring. Let's see if it works. And this one is clearly open. This is stuck and this jump ring is clearly open, but we can actually close it. Hold it here, twist back and forth and make sure it's closed. There we go. So now it's done. As you guys can see, and this is what it's gonna be, the necklace. So it's very pretty and it's a double strand necklace with a pendant, and this is the matching earring. So I used to get a lot of custom orders when I used to live in Fremont, and then I moved and kind of COVID hit at the exact time, so I couldn't continue that. But the custom orders are the one that I really enjoy the most, because there's a challenge that you are not putting it but it comes for you. So people used to give me their beads, and or they bring me pendants and earrings that they buy in some shows, or it's from India, and then they ask me to make this for them. I used to make a lot, and now I'm making one for myself, I guess. I hope you guys like this tutorial. This is just a little bit different, right? But you can also do this with your fashion earrings and stuff if you have them, and then it's like a pendant, you can do it, right? So thank you so much for watching. If you like this tutorial, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos couple of times a week. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.